From the deep, dark reaches of Star Trek Online comes Nikitas, Tabitha, and Greebog with another episode of Fleet Action Report.
Hello, and welcome to Fleet Action Report, the show where we don't just play the game, but we teach you what missions you need to run to play the game.
And that was Nikitas. I'm Tabitha, and here, the man with the mission, the dude with the plan, is Greebog.
All right, computer, run program, Fleet Action Report, episode 248, episode replay Goldmine, missions you need to play.
Replay Goldmine, I like that.
Yeah. We're going to dive into some of the missions that you can replay to get some cool stuff. But first, thank you for our supporters, like Nimue, who has hit 8 months on subscription. Thank you. We appreciate you. We appreciate all our people. Our greeblings.
Greeblings, yes. Y'all are the Greeblings.
That has been deemed by the Wolf Grey. When we went and raided him, he called you all the Greeblings, and now that is now fact. So being here is support enough. But we appreciate those that like to subscribe, because that will help us get ships or fill out things that I don't know, get software to help things run smoothly and so on and so forth. And then if you don't want to give Twitch your money, we also have coffee set up. You can buy us a cup of coffee over at ko-fi.com/GREBOG.
I need some coffee.
I could use some too. That's fair.
Heading into finals territory, so.
Yeah, me too. I got 2 weeks.
Now, if we have an artist out there or somewhere, I'm not going to put any time frame on it. If you want to draw up what a Greebling looks like, I would. That'd be probably amazing.
Oh.
Invites have been sent.
Are you sure?
I don't think so, because apparently I'm on the wrong faction from you two.
Oh, are you?
So I'll switch over. Let's see.
Teach me to pay attention who I'm inviting to party.
Or I'll just grab Alex.
I was just over on KDF because I was trying to finish off the Spire bits that we're working on, but I didn't have enough. I got about halfway there, though. A little over.
So yeah, what he's talking about, our KDF fleet is working on the Spire. Has the big project going to unlock the vulnerability locators, which is the tier 3 big project. I think I said there was 7,846 or something. I don't know. It's some odd number that we needed before others started like adding on. So there's probably a good, if you have fleet marks on the KDF side and you're in our KDF fleet, I know a project that could use some help. But yeah, we'll get there. Nikitas, how's your week been? What have you been up to?
Schoolwork primarily. I had a lot to do this week. So, funny story. So my clinical hours are shorted because whoever wrote up the schedule messed up and have us leaving our clinicals at 5. It was supposed to be 7. So essentially every clinical we're doing, we're short 2 hours. In order to make that time up, we are doing a thing called Shadow Health, which is basically a virtual patient that we have to go in and take care of. It's like playing a video game where you're taking care of a patient. It's really kind of interesting, but they take a while to get done. And I had 2 of those due this week. And then I had a paper to write this week that I got 100% on. So there is that. But I've done a lot of schoolwork and not a whole lot of gaming. I even stopped doing the dailies in STO for the last couple days.
Yes.
So if we're gonna do the daily today, that would be great.
Uh,
Yeah, that's basically been my week. I will hand the torch over to the other person in school right now, Tabby.
Yes, well, two of like I've already started on because my classes are mostly like fine arts classes. Like my finals aren't like just like one day of like testing or anything. So like there are projects that take like a few weeks to complete. So I've got a so like first week we have to turn in a concept, and then the next week we have to turn in the kind of like our progress, and then the third week uh is when we turn in the final project. So two of those have started this week: my web art and design, as well as my photography. And yeah, as Nimue said, this evening was the opening of the campus student art show, and three of my pieces that I submitted, three of them made it into the show, and it's a juried exhibition, which means that you don't just submit and get on display. You submit your art, and then then the faculty look at all of the art and decide what it is that's going to make it into the show. So, three of my pieces were selected to appear, and yeah, that's it's a real booster.
all right.
Greebog.
Um, my week's been busy and stressful, but I haven't done a whole lot of gaming. I haven't done a whole lot of much of anything. It feels like I got nothing accomplished this week. I just been busy doing all kinds of stuff. So, yeah. But
Okay.
yeah. And I also got
Nothing
to
wrong with that.
yeah. But I think
Well,
that's it. This week in STO though, they had a lot more going on. Admiralty bonus week has started up. It's going now until April 29th. So if you have as apparently I type it, Admirally missions give out bonus rewards, and they, so they all grant extra campaign XP, but the tour of duties will also grant bonus dilithium ore as well.
Nice.
So make sure you do that admirably. Oh,
Muds has some new items and a sale going on. It says Tamarind Deep Space Cruiser, the Protostar Experimental Technology Space Set, which includes a shield, Omni Beam Phaser Array, a Warp Core / Singularity Core, and the Adaption Ground Set. Now, the Adaption Ground Set could be worth picking up. That shield is nice. It includes a personal shield, a kit module, a vinculum, and an infinity modulator rifle. You didn't have to fix that, Greebog. I would have done it. The sale ongoing in Muds is a non-bundle sale now until April 29th, 75% off all non-bundle items.
So people that were wanting to get Sylvia's cat charm thing, now is the time
yeah,
to do
like
it.
me.
Still swore
'Cause
you had it on.
I'm tired of y'all just blowing my brain like a don't. I'm okay.
Oh, they
Oh,
have the hologram Marshall Janeway for $10. So you
Yeah.
too can have an army of drones following you around.
And the dino with the freaking laser beams attached to its head.
Also, there's an R&D and duty officer sale going on now. Yeah, we did just have one of these, but it's back again. This one goes until May 7th. It's 20% off R&D and duty officer packs. That means, and yes, this is the Infinity promotion packs. So the 4-pack is back. I don't know if it ever leaves, but the 4-pack's back. That's the most economical way to buy the bundle. Like, you're gonna buy them, buy the 4-pack, because as you can see, like right on my screen here, 4-pack of the R&D pack is 640 Zen, or a single one is 200 Zen, which means 3 of them, and you almost bought the 4-pack. So, yeah. And being that these are Infinity promo packs, that means they will have Lobi inside of them, and a super duper rare like chance to maybe someday, after the luck gods give you enough luck, to get you a T6 promo ship in a box. Don't bet on it, but I mean you might get lucky. Who knows?
Some people do. The first Contact Day event is going on for another 5 days. It ends on the 29th. You have 3 ways to earn a progress point. You can run the TFO one night in Bozeman. The Patrol one night in Bozeman, the TFO Synthwave, or the TFO the Phoenix Rocket Launch Competition. 14 days of progress, which clearly you don't have time to get. If you haven't started already, will reward you the BOF power. This is an engineering power mission scout ship, and give you access to a new hangar pet Federation mission scout ship. And then you get the first Contact Day bundle as well, which includes a specialization point, 25,000 dilithium ore, a toy launch rocket or launch toy rocket, and the Phoenix Hollow emitter. I will say that for now, the BOF power and the hangar pet are kind of lackluster. Most of the people that count numbers are saying not to use them. However, that can always be buffed at a later point in time. So, if you've started the event and you know the 5 days will help you finish it, my recommendation is go ahead and get it done, just because you never know. I mean, and it's free, right? So it doesn't cost you anything except a few minutes of time
Well,
to get these items.
that and also hanger pets are better than no hanger pets if you have a hanger pet slot. So, yes, the current top hanger pets are the Elite Type 7 shuttles, and these apparently do half the DPS of those. So very lackluster, as you said. But also probably the I heard the bridge officer is better. Like, obviously most people are saying use anything other than the hanger pet from this, but the bridge officer performs better, but still there are better bridge officer abilities to use. But again, it's better than, if you don't know what to put in a slot, this could be at least a little something for you. Something's
And
always
things may
better than
change
nothing.
later. I mean, these could all get buffed later, or another piece of equipment might come out that interacts with them in a unique way, and they become useful. I mean, there's always the possibility for things to change down the line. All right, so our primary target.
Primary target.
And Greebog, do you just want to start us off here too? I mean,
Well,
you wrote this.
So some of you may have you can replay missions. and maybe wondering why you would want to
What?
replay some of these missions.
I didn't know that.
There's some really good gear from some of these missions, and unfortunately, you cannot get all of those pieces from a single run. And so their solution has always been that way you could replay the mission to get the gear. Now, other games they have opted not to do that. Where if you wanted multiple pieces of gear, you're just SOL. You got one piece, and that was that. Though, fortunately, some of those games have changed their stance a little bit, but not fully. They you still have to get the yeah. So STO has always been a you can go and play those missions as many times as you want, getting all the gear that you want. And the STO wiki folks have this great page that has all of the missions in their replay rewards. Do note some of the rewards are unique, which means if you already have it, you won't be able to reclaim it again. Or if you do choose it, you won't be able to open it out of the box it comes in, which is unfortunate. Which to me is a little misleading.
Sometimes, depending on the item, if you equip an item to a bridge officer and then try to open it, it will let you grab another one that way.
Well, one of the special items I'm talking about is there's a bridge officer that you can get via replay, but you can only have one of them.
Oh yeah, the what is it? Jem'Hadar?
Ilachi. So I think I would say probably the Jem'Hadar if it's part of the replay. So okay, STO has also changed their stance from when they first started giving us missions and special rewards. If it was a unique reward, they moved to in the newer missions, making it so that way it was part of the you complete the mission the first time, you get the unique reward. The replay is for the non-unique rewards. And I kind of like that they moved to that stance. I don't know that they ever said that, but that's clearly the mentality I noticed going through time. All right. So
Facility 4028 does still give the Jem'Hadar TAC officer. So there is that.
Now, like that webpage I shared out has all kinds of mission replay or all the missions in the replay rewards. Now we're gonna try to focus on some of the ones that you probably want to get, or if you're, if you're doing a build, some of these things will help you with your builds because, like here, the first one up is great for a Disruptor build. Doing the Echoes of Light mission in the New Frontiers arc has the Nausicaan Entoiled technology set. This has been, for the most part, if you're doing a Disruptor build, a meta set. At least doing two-piece. I might have it on this. Don't know. I think
I was going to switch characters, but it would kick me out of the party because I do have it on a Fed character.
I mean, I do have it on several characters because I do Disruptor builds here and there. But yeah, it is a great set. Well, here, I can just pull up the episode. And I said it was the New Frontiers. Come down here. Oh, there's Brushfire. Echoes and Light. It's the first one.
We've been in regular contact with the Lucari.
It's a long one too. It takes a while.
It's a lot of story. It is one of the missions that they did they make you do science. There's not a lot of combat, which is fine. But it has the Disruptor energy torpedo, which there are very few torpedoes out there that do specific damage, and this is where you get like, yeah. So you get the Disruptor beam array, a console, and a torpedo. Another good set from the New Frontiers is from Brushfire.
Assist General
Yeah. Oh, let's see where I'm on said mission. It has the House Martok set. Well, that's what I call it. Yeah, House Martok defensive configuration set. And it has a console. You notice here, it has it broken down into, when you look at a mission in here, you'll get all this top stuff, which the console you get automatically, and then you'll get to choose, and then there's another torpedo, and then there's the Omni Beam. Before the Pavin Omni Beam was the way to go. This was the great way to get your set Omni for the Disruptor DPS. If you don't have the Pavin Omni, this is a great way to get a Omni for your Disruptor DPS. Now let's go back. I was like, this is probably a better way to do it. I'll just start showing missions in here. So we have Future Proof has Sunrise, which is the first mission.
With
And
the war over, it's
yeah,
time for
Admiral
us to
Quinn.
rebuild, to take
Again,
stock of our situation,
you get
return to our
this is
roots
where
to
you get the
explore.
quantum phase
We've recently noticed that
phaser
the star
set.
and an unexplored system near Ferenginar has
You
become
have a
unstable.
quantum. There's a
There's nothing to indicate any change to its stellar
console,
life cycle.
torpedo,
So this is
and
perfect
a
opportunity for us to chart the
beam
system,
array here
investigate
that
the
I'll go with.
star,
Well, it
and
says weapon.
improve our
You can
understanding
go
of
with a
what's
dual heavy cannon instead of the
want
beam
you
array,
to head up
but
this
you have to run
investigation.
this mission
Find out why
3
the star
times
is
if you want
suddenly
all
hot.
3 pieces,
Make
4
sure
if you
it
want
isn't
both
going to be a threat
beam
to
array
any
and the
nearby
dual
worlds
heavy
or
cannons.
systems.
But I do encourage at least picking up the console out of the set, because it can come in handy for a lot of phaser DPS builds.
How many, we didn't talk about it. How many times, like, back to the Brushfire mission, do they only want the Omni, or should they get more? Like, does that need to be ran more than once?
I would say they want the console, which they get automatically the first time, and then I would say the Omni is the key there, which means to me, since it says you also get to choose, you can with one run you can get the console and the Omni in one go. The torpedo I've never used, though that does not mean people won't want it. So I would probably pick the Omni first, and then if you want the torpedo, go back for the torpedo.
Yeah, I don't see the torpedo used very much.
The House Martok torpedo, yeah, I tend to see people using the Nausicaan torpedo for Disruptor instead, primarily because its damage is boosted by consoles that boost Disruptor damage.
Yeah.
But it still interacts with firing modes of torpedoes, so it's a way you can gum the system a little bit. And speaking of, so the Nausicaan is, you'd have to run that mission 3 times, right? Echoes of Light.
Nausicaan, you have to do it 3 times, because you none of it is part of the first time run through. You would have to pick one of them the first time, then the next time you pick another one. So it's not like you can get 2 in one go.
Right. Okay.
For Polaron builds, the morphogenic Polaron set, morphogenic Polaron energy weapon set is another great one. Now, I know some people have used it in, I think, in some of the, what else? Because I know...
I gotta say, this running home, I have ran home a lot.
Well, maybe get a car, then you don't have to run home so much.
Oh.
But yeah, so this set comes from the Gamma Quadrant arc. The mission's home. It's the last mission in the arc. And you'll have to run it 3 times if you want all 3 pieces. And people that who do want this set typically want all 3 pieces. Though you're going to want to run it a 4th time if you want to get the phased waveform beacon, which I know pretty much some people run this mission just to get the phased waveform beacon. That is the where you get to summon in the Herc. It gives you another kind of call in some friends to come and beat up the enemies with you, and it's a pretty decent one to have. So you could be replaying this 4 times if you want all 4 things.
Yeah.
The morphogenic
I mean,
set.
that mission is good when you have the endeavors for killing a ton of Herc attendants or a ton of Herc frigates.
Yeah, and the
Or even
torpedo.
dreadnoughts.
Yep. And the torpedo from this set is also another one of the energy torpedoes, which means it does do Polaron damage, which is why people love it for a Polaron build, because again, anything that does plus Polaron damage increases your torpedo damage.
It's not a bad torp on its own either. Like it does decent damage.
Apparently, I jumped around a little bit.
You
back
did.
to future proof.
Now we go back to future proof.
Oh.
Time and Tide. Yeah, Admiral Quinn. I wish you would. There is another set here. It is the tactical chronometric calculation set. It's another good one for Polaron, and this one has some flavor towards exotic. Now here you can see you get the weapon. You have a dual heavy or a beam array that you can pick up. It has a console, which has Polaron damage, but the thing is, it also has EPG, like, you know, it has some exotic particle on it. That here, I'm gonna go the big screen since I'm highlighting what's going on. But as you can see, it has exotic particle generator on here, and it even has torpedo weapon damage. I don't know that that's enough to warrant putting in a torpedo build, but I know there are people that have picked this up for the capacitor for EPG builds, especially if you are doing a Polaron EPG build. There is also a turret. This is a great way to get a Polaron set Omni. So it is one of the few ways to get a Polaron set Omni, because I don't think the morphogenic... Yeah, the morphogenic has a rear weapon. It has a 360-degree fiery arc, but it's not an Omni beam. It's not considered an Omni beam. So you can use it with this Omni and have both sets rolling. So if you're also doing cannons, you can do a turret here, this is something I wish they would have done with more of the sets. If it adds an Omni, maybe have a turret. But they didn't do that with all the sets. If you want, there's also a special Admiralty ship in here that you can get if you haven't unlocked it yet. It is a way, if you don't have a lot of ships in game, to get a free Admiralty ship that you can use.
I didn't do this for the other sets, but I did look up the set for the bonuses. If you equip 2 of them, you get auxiliary power bonuses, and if you equip 3 of them, you get 8% exotic damage and 8% weapon damage.
Yeah, it's
scaled with aux power.
If you're doing a Polaron build and a Deuce, like a Deuce-I build, Polaron, it's a pretty decent set to pick up. All right, yesterday's no, here the other one's future proof too, Temporal Front. Oh, that's the next one.
Oh, this one.
The data from the future you've provided has made it clear.
This is the ground set that everyone loves and hates because of this mission.
To that end, we're sending delegates
Almost
to the
everybody
first
runs this
Polaron
to get
summit.
the Temporal Operative Personal Shield here, the now cool. They typically also then run to get the weapon, though I know some people that instead use the armor. The shield is pretty good. There are now, though, better, or well, I would say equivalent shields in game, and yeah.
Katis here is still using this set.
I don't know what Alex is. shifted over to. I probably never ran that, and I'm using the adaptation personal. But yeah, if you're looking for a decent ground stuff and you're willing to punish yourself a little bit, you're a little bit of a masochist. The temporal front mission is the one to do. Multiple times.
Again and again and again and again and again.
Well, yeah, because I mean, you got to get it on every character, right?
Yes. Every character, and then you want to also equip your away team with it.
And your away team, yeah. Yeah, I've done that on Catisse here. Yeah, that's terrible.
A temporal duplicate of Starfleet.
Now, the next one is from the Future Proof, or no, the Yesterday's War. It is the last mission in the arc. It's Survivor, and this is to get the Romulan operative set. It is a ground set again. This has a shield and armor, though typically people only run it twice to get the shield and the armor. This used to be the meta. Before the not cool one came around and took its place. Though it's still a really good set. If you don't want to punish yourself with the temporal front mission, this mission may be more up your alley to do. it gets you a good set. And hey, you could also do this twice. Get that stuff, and then maybe down the road eventually do the not cool one, and then you have a bridge officer that can now equip a really good ground set too. And like I said, typically only people only get the two of the pieces. I should have copied because I put in here You can look up all the missions in that replay link I shared. It has they have it all set up where you can click on things and go to the various missions and their rewards. So like here, if I open up. So for this one, the set bonuses, the 2-piece gives you crit chance while stealth and not moving. Which is doubled when you're crouched, and it gives 20% crit severity while stealth and not moving. But the big reason a lot of people like it is the 2-piece gives you 25 kit readiness. If you go with the 3-piece, you get 25 kit performance. And then when you kill with the weapon that comes from it, you have a chance to apply ambush. So an interesting set.
You want me to do the traits section here? I'm
sure.
Volunteering. All right, so in addition to equipment, there are some decent traits that you can grab by running missions. The first one we have jotted down is in the Solanae Dyson Sphere arc. The mission is Surface Tension, which is the last one in the arc. The reward in question is Fluidic Antigens and Living Hull. So this is a ground and or space trait. So you would have to run this twice if you want both of them. It adds toxic resistance, toxic damage resistance rating. There we go. And it gives you a 10% chance to clear a toxic effect on you for the ground. For the space, it adds hull regeneration in and out of combat. Both of those are decent survival boost, especially if you know you're going to be facing ground enemies that deal toxic damage. So, if you need traits, there you go. The next one we have is under the Iconian War arc, which is up here. And this one is House Peg. This mission's not bad. Most of the cutscenes you can skip. There's one, I think, that you have to watch. And the big fight towards the end is definitely worth watching. It's done really well. There's a ground trait and a space trait on this one. There is also a starship trait available here. So the ground one is up close and personal. Your ranged weapons deal additional damage based on how close you are to your target. Point blank shot is the same thing for space, and I have seen this used on some high end builds. If you don't have like access to some of the higher up like lockbox traits, point blank shot is a good alternative. And then the starship trait is the best defense. Your attack patterns grant you a hull healing buff along with their normal effect. So if you're using like attack pattern beta, attack pattern gamma, this gives you an extra boost. Is it one of the best traits in the game? No. But if you want an easy starship trait to grab, there you go. Another one that we have here, also in the Iconian War, is Midnight. Let me pull that up real quick. Midnight. And what we are looking for here is the space trait Nanite Repair Matrix. It basically is a passive ability that whenever your hull hits 50% or less, you get a automatic hull heal. I can't pull it up here. I might actually have this unlocked. Come to think of it. I think it's a heal over time. Let's see. Nanite Repair. Do I have that? I do. No, I'm wrong. It is just a flat heal, 104.6 hit points, and it can only trigger once every 90 seconds. So there you go. Okay. New Frontiers. Back to New Frontiers. There's a lot of good stuff in New Frontiers.
It's actually actually no. Into the Nexus is one of the easiest ones. So it's a really easy one.
Of signs and portents. What we are looking for here is, what did you write down? I'm curious. Regenerative control synergy, the space trait. Oh, it's the same. Okay. So you get, for space, it gives you regen when activating control bridge officer abilities. And for the ground trait, it gives you regen anytime you activate a control kit module. So it's boosting your survivability if you're using control builds. So there you go. If you are using some powers that take control of your enemy, such as tractor beam, and you need an easy trait to get, here you go. And then also in New Frontiers, the Renegade's Regret. The Renegade's Regret it's one of those missions where you don't play as your character, but it's not a terrible mission. It doesn't take very long to run through, and the battles aren't too bad, at least if you have it on normal. So there's another ground and space. Hang on a second. I'm hearing an echo. I'm not sure where it's coming from. All right, so the ground trait is called Watch Your Back. It gives you resistance after being shot from behind or the sides. So if you're surrounded by enemies, this is going to boost your damage resistance. And that is resist all, I believe. And then the space trait is redirected armor plating, which is the same thing. If you're being flanked or you're surrounded by enemies, this gives you a survivability boost. And that is it for the traits that you can get from running missions. Unless one of you wants to jump in here, I'll go ahead and do the next one too.
I can do the next one. I've been kind of quiet.
Go for it.
So other rewards. Wait, did we just do other rewards?
No,
Okay,
no,
good.
that's where you're at.
Oh, well, good. I mean, I'm glad somebody knows where I am. Other rewards. So from the Delta Quadrant arc, the mission All That Glitters, you can get the EMH Mark 1 duty officer. And that one's actually a pretty good duty officer to get. I think he had, I forget what his ability is, but I remember him being pretty good.
If you have the EMH Mark 1 in your roster, you will receive a random duty officer. Oh, wait a minute, that's the wrong one. I don't have it pulled up. I have it on this character. Hang on one second.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'll keep going while somebody looks it up. And then from the Wasteland arc, a Fistful of Gorn. Actually, you've got two that come from the Wasteland arc. Fistful of Gorn gives you the Law duty officer. Law is his name, not anything else. And then installation 18 gives you the Nimbus Pirate Distress Call. Pretty much it's another one of those device clickies where you click it and a bunch of reinforcements arrive. One of the cool things about this one is that some of the ships that come in heal you. So whereas like with some of the distress beacons, it just pulls in a bunch of combat ships to give you a bunch of oomph, this one actually has some defensive and sustainability utility.
So I've got both of these pulled up. Law is a projectile weapons officer. It has a chance to reduce the time for torpedoes to recharge, and that is a 5-second recharge. So if you're running a torpedo build, he is a decent one to have. And then the EMH Mark 1 says, on use of any hypo, it provides a chance to activate an EMH Mark 1 who will heal you and your allies for a while before deactivating. So each time you use a hypo, it's a 25% chance that an EMH Mark 1 will appear next to you and like run around and heal you and your party. It's worth noting that one of the other rewards that was mentioned earlier, the Pavin Healing Crystal,
Actually, that's up next.
okay, interacts with this. If for some reason it is considered a hypo.
Yep, the Pavin Healing Crystal is a device that is a non-consumable device that counts as a hypo. So yeah, you can use that thing. You can put it on your bridge officers too. If you feel like running that mission like 4 or 5 times, you can make sure that each of your bridge officers has one as well. And then you'll have EMHs procking all over the place, getting all sassy with you. But and then and the Pavin Healing Crystal comes from Juula's Discovery Illusion of Communication. Also from Juula's Discovery is Beneath the Skin is the Alachi Bridge Officer, which you can only get once. The Solanide Dyson Sphere, A Step Between Stars, which is another one of the trying ones. It's kind of anyway. You can get yourself a free EV suit, a pretty decent one, though. I think it's like only a T5, and it does have the infinity thing, so it scales, but only scales up to like 45 or 50, something like that, and you can't upgrade it. You can spend Lobby to swap it for to like spend Lobby and exchange the suit for a better suit, but like at this point, why? Like if you're stuck with the freebie suits, it's and you go through A Step Between Stars, it's worth picking them up. And there's a trick in A Step Between Stars where if you claim the environmental suit and then equip it on a bridge officer, the suit dispenser will reset and present another one. So you could literally outfit your entire away team with these free suits
In one run.
Yeah, and what just stand there and let the free EV suit dispenser spit out a full round of suits. Just gotta equip it straight to one of your bridge officers, and it'll dispense another one. Then
That's always
in
fun.
the
There's something special about that mission too, that you can get, I believe, a fourth suit if you do the mission right in a certain way. There are certain options you get, and there's a special accolade. And when you do, it gives you a fourth, more powerful suit.
yeah, because the
Um,
stats on the suit are governed by which like defensive option you select. And there's like three different defensive options, and then like the fourth option is to not have any support at all. And so you get like a really good, really well statted suit given its item budget. But yeah, and then the Iconian War mission, Uneasy Allies, you get the Romulan repeater pistol. And I think this is part of the set that includes armor and a kit module, which does a bunch of plasma damage. So if you're going to be leaning into plasma for your ground damage, definitely worth looking into.
The repeater pistol is one of my favorite weapons in the game. I don't use it as much as I used to because some heavier hitting weapons have come out. But this one has a secondary fire mode that like it will just fire as long as you hold the button down. So you can like just drill an enemy with this thing just by holding the button down. It's pretty cool. That is it. That is everything that we had down for what missions we recommend you run and the reasons why.
This didn't include so some of the missions out there. I encourage you to run them at least once, but some of them, like I said at the start, they have unique rewards that they give you the first time you run through, especially the newer ones. We did not mention any of those. This is more for the replay. Though I don't know that they've gone through and done some of the new the Terran Gambit and Kings and Queens stuff. I didn't see any of that because there are some interesting rewards if you missed it.
There are also missions that will reward certain types of weapons. Like if you're trying to deck out a ship in plasma beam arrays, there's probably a mission you can run that will reward plasma beam arrays or phaser or whatever your flavor of weapon is. And usually those will scale to your level. And most of them are rewarded in purple quality. Some would be rewarded in blue and need to be upgraded later. So for us to list all of those out, we wouldn't have time for it.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for something, then go through that website that Greebog mentioned earlier and just see what the replay rewards are. You might be surprised, and it might save you some energy credits down the road.
Yeah, it looks like so they have not updated this in a little bit. They stop in Kings and Queens. Maybe that is the last mission. Nope, they don't have Axiom in here or Situation Under Control.
I come to you today with ill tidings.
So I don't know that they have anything surprising rewarding here. Yeah. Axiom didn't have anything super special, but the last mission in Terran Gambit, the Fujiwara effect has the like this one has the special digitizer plasma weapon 4-pack. So I mean, there's still like Nick said, there's all kinds of stuff out there still. That webpage has pretty much everything. Yeah, so many rewards. Also, it can help you kit out your ship if you're looking for specific consoles that you need. Like if you're, let's say, hey, I need another tactical console because my fleet doesn't have the vulnerability locators unlocked. You can find the console in here that does the plus Tetrion damage or plus Disruptor damage and go run that mission a few times. If you really want.
Indeed.
Did you guys want to blow something up before we call it a night?
Yeah,
Sure.
let's. I mean, we could blow something up and call it in. Yeah.
Well, what do you guys want?
I'm loopy as hell. Y'all just have to excuse me, okay?
You're excused. It's all
Thank you.
good. What do you guys want to run though? You guys want to do the rocket launch for fun, or you actually want to go blow something up?
I actually want to explode something that's not a model rocket.
Okay. I guess we're gonna do the synth wave then.
Sure.
Okay.
Wayun.
Wayun.
You. Grunt. Agamus. Sure, Anne. That's one I don't do very much. I need to have my list of the many faces of Jeffrey Coombs.
Oh, yeah.
Did that? I don't have a blinky.
We're probably waiting on a map transfer.
Yup.
I was like, it happened, right? Like I wasn't imagining that.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. Okay. I feel
I'm
better
taking
now.
my new Dideridex out for a spin.
A new one?
Well, I used one of my coupons on the Decurla Warbird.
Oh, very
And of
nice.
course, I'm going to make it look like the Dideridex because, I mean,
Why wouldn't you?
why wouldn't you?
That's cool. I'm actually flying around the Pioneer 2, one of the newest anniversary ships.
Yeah,
can't
my
decide-
coupon was one of those where, like, you couldn't use it on a new ship.
That's fair. I can't decide if I actually like the look of this ship or not. Like the aesthetic, the pieces it uses are the same as the Exeter, and I love that. But I'm not sure how I feel about the secondary hull down here. The ship flies pretty good though. So I see what's Cree flying over there.
A courier
that-
ship. I'm here to curry.
Evacuate the engineers.
I'm here to be a courier. Run.
Couriers are fun.
Why did I not? Why is it? There we go. Do. Oh, I think it beamed to the wrong.
It's another Enterprise. And another one.
This ship is too fast.
I think there's no such thing on this map.
I'm literally flying in and out of the bad without problem.
That's not a bad thing.
It's sort of amusing to me.
Yeah, I get that. Oh, come on. I'm plenty close enough to the transport.
Though it also has the problem of I go so fast and whatnot, I bypass transports and such as I'm flying around.
I am trying very hard not to do that. Trying to rescue these transports, but there's a lot of them. More enterprises.
It's another Enterprise. Warp in the factor of 5, 6, 7, 8.
7, 8. That was so good.
I just rewatched that episode like last night. I needed I've been needing something a little more lighthearted to wind down my days, so I've been using some lower decks.
Nothing wrong with that. Lower decks is special. Hey, look, I just saved the Sovereign class. You guys are working on the outer. I see Alex. Never mind.
Why would you not work on the outer?
I have seen people not do it. Okay, and there's transport. I got this one. Well, I thought I had this one.
Okay, I'm full up on crew, so I gotta find a place to drop some off.
I'm about to not be on the outer because I can't find any non-outer
Defense satellites are turning to synth control. The operational area
transports
is
and
about to
such.
get smaller. Picket ships, fall back to the next defensive perimeter.
Did we get them all?
Wow, we've got a bunch of ships that we're about to lose.
Do we?
I think we all got clustered on one end.
I can't save any ships, but I'm trying to save people.
Sorry, Command Battle Cruiser. I'm not choosing you. Oh. Someone came to steal a transport from me.
Oh, sorry.
I see how you are.
The outer perimeter is lost. Fall back and rescue as many people as you can.
How's our viewers doing? I hope everyone's doing well.
They're just listening to us talk to ourselves.
That's normal. That I talk to myself. Though I've learned apparently not everyone has an inner monologue or whatever you want to call that. Not everyone talks to themselves in their head.
Yeah, I thought about that myself.
And I'm like, what's that like? Like, it must be quiet or something.
My inner self can be an asshole a lot of times.
Get off the battle cruiser. Oh, there's a transport over here. Oh, there's a couple transports over here. There's a bunch of transports over here. All right. I got my work cut out for me.
Why do I think he's talking about where I'm sitting in the middle?
Well, I was over by you. I don't know if I still am. My cat says hi.
Hello, kitty.
She might be feeling pretty good right now. She got her arthritis shot a few hours ago.
I don't advise going outside the ring there, but
Okay. I got a full load.
as he probably is going to turn around and be like, where'd all those transports go? Someone
No, I
just
found
like
another
got
one
rid
over
of them
here.
all.
Ooh, this one's in trouble. There's a battle cruiser over here. Maybe I'll rescue a battle cruiser. This one's a Galaxy class. It's worth saving.
Maybe.
What did you say?
I said this battle cruiser is a Galaxy class. It's worth saving.
And I said maybe.
Oh, see, that's what I thought. That's what I thought you said. How dare you malign the mighty galaxy?
Satellites are coming under synth control. Operational area is approaching 50%.
I say what I want. You're not my boss.
Those satellites will pulverize us if we stay here. Fall back.
Maybe not right now.
I think I can save this cruiser. It's an Akira. We gotta save it.
Oh, there's a transport. I don't know if I can make that one.
Run, Akira, run!
Oh, my wife and I have started watching when we need something lighthearted or don't have a lot of time. Started watching Resident Alien. I had to remember what it
Oh
was.
my goodness, yup.
I've already watched like 3 seasons without her. She was like, "Yeah, just go ahead and watch. I don't care." And so I did. And then I'm like, "You need to be watching this because this is good."
We're almost out of ships to bring survivors to. Bring any additional crews to the station and beam them over. It's only a matter of time before the defense net destroys everything on the surface.
No, mine. Aw.
Beam up any remaining survivors and get them to the safe zone.
You can beam the other one.
I'm already gone. There's transports over here.
Okay. I don't know if I have time to... I got a couple minutes. Surely I can rescue a couple more. Yay. Oh, that's a lot of frigates.
I like this ship.
Well, I mean, it's a Deuteragus. How could you go wrong? You got that one, Alex? Rebog?
Yes. And then I need more people.
Well, you can have that one because I'm full up.
Fall back to the station. The safe zone is only 15 kilometers in radius.
Only.
The station is deploying additional transports and has begun evacuation procedures. Fall back to the station perimeter. Do not let the synth through.
Transports active. 41 of 50.
Hey, he said synth singular. Do not let the synth through.
Which one? Which one are we
I
stopping?
know, right? And if there is only one overall, then like, why don't we just kill him and be done with it?
I mean, maybe there only can be one.
Oh, Highlander synths.
Yeah.
Come at you with a katana.
We lost 9.
All ships, total defense net corruption is
But yet we
imminent.
still got 50.
Ensure as many transports
8,
escape the area as
60?
possible.
60 out of 54. How does that work?
I think 54 is the goal. Okay, I'm on beta, so I'm gonna just hang out on beta.
I guess I've got alpha.
We have our big Jem'Hadar ship on Gamma. I'm just flying around, blowing everything up.
Sounds like a good job for you in your speedy little ship. Not that I'm not in a speedy little ship, but you know.
I'm circling around, adding punishment to the mix.
Transport vessels are requesting escort to Beacon Gamma.
Fiat Lux!
Let's see where my teleport sends me today.
There's a simple solution.
Transports are en route to Beacon's.
Oh, I've got it on its own button. I'm doing it a little bit differently from how you had it.
Well, there's also, you got to change a couple settings inside the gameplay to make it not teleport you. Otherwise, it will still automatically target something and you go.
Beacon's Beta and Gamma.
There, I think I just gave you some more speed.
Me? Oh yeah, okay.
My thing, I think, buffs me and my party.
However, I'm outside the grid. Get back in there. Nope, didn't make it.
Or maybe it doesn't.
Transports are headed to all 3 beacons.
Oh, that's hilarious. Alright, back to killing bad guys. I guess they're not really bad guys. They're, what? Romulan hacked artificial life forms?
People just respect their agency. Of course, they weren't getting a lot of respect by the Federation either, so...
Yeah.
TNG warned about a workforce that, you know... Yeah...
Nobody learned anything from Measure of a Man.
Voyager actually had an episode about that too, as far as the EMHs went.
Yep. Yeah, because he like discovers that all of the Mark 1's been relegated to
mining. They were miners.
Yeah.
Disengage at once.
Come on, frigate, get out of there. There's a frigate just sitting over here.
It likes
Maybe it
you.
wants a break.
Maybe
No,
it-
I mean a Federation frigate. It needs to leave.
Maybe it thinks I'm supposed to be its hangar pet, and it's trying to wait for me, and it doesn't realize. Because I am in a small enough ship.
Yeah, all my frigates over here are just kind of waiting at the end. Do you
There's
think we
an
broke
unwritten
it?
timer,
There we go.
Captains, the simulation is now
or not an unwritten, an unpublic timer, non-public timer.
insurmountable odds, your actions would have saved many lives had you been present on that fateful day. Well done.
Alrighty. Who shall we raid? Raid.
Well, first we need to end the episode because technically we're still recording.
Oh, yeah, right. All right. So, I wanted to announce this. So, because of how busy we have been recently, we have decided to make a long-term but not indefinite change to our content for a little while, just until some of us can get a better handle on things, or until school ends, whichever comes first. So what we are going to do is, starting next week, we're going to be running all of the playable episodes within the game, and kind of do a breakdown of those episodes. We will talk about the rewards you get. We will talk about the accolades that are possible to pick up in that particular episode, and any hints or tricks that we have that help
Or bugs.
get that done, or bugs.
Here's a
And
question I didn't think about until now. Which faction do we want to start with as playing?
my suggestion was to start in the order that they were released. So, Fed first, then KDF, then Romulan, then Jem'Hadar.
The
Okay.
Jem'Hadar one's going to be pretty short.
Well, and
Fine.
we don't have to do it right now, but I was also going to ask you guys about how you wanted to handle, like, the stuff that is available to all of them, because we don't necessarily need to run that 4 times, depending.
That's true. Yeah, we can probably skip the ones that are repeated.
But that's really going to cut down on the Jem'Hadar ones. 'Cause I
It'll
think
be
they only have what, 2, maybe 3 unique episodes. But I mean, they all start off at level 65 too, so there is that.
60.
Right, 60. Sorry, been forever since I played my Jem'Hadar. Since I played a new Jem'Hadar. Although that's going to be changing at some point. Anyway, so you can look forward to that next week, and that will be an ongoing thing for us. Now, that being said, if people need us to cover other topics, as always, you can make that request either during a show, or you can contact us when we're not on air through our website or Discord or whatever works for you. So we're not abandoning you guys. If you need us to do something, or to explain something, or to cover something, we will do that, and we will do it happily. But barring a request for things like that, we're just going to run these episodes and do this episode breakdown for the foreseeable future, again, starting next week. So, and Monday nights are not changing. We're still doing Fun Night on Monday night, and everybody is welcome to come join us for that as well. So, that being said, as always, I will see you out there.
Have fun, be safe, and don't set yourselves on fire.
Stick around. We will be rating somebody. All right.
Oh.
Yeah. Live long and prosper,
yeah.
everybody. Computer, end program.